Darling, forever I would trade it for your love, your joy, forever.
Phone poppy, yeah, she call me Young Poppy. That's my little shawty. She get thicky in the body. She got hottie toddy when she make it wet for me. Got that body on you, girl. You know I wanna play some hide and seek. You're someone that I wanna meet. You're someone that I wanna see. You're someone that I wanna see. And I got every idea in mind to get you poppin'. She said she just wants some liquor, so just stop it. I don't pop no pills or do none of that extra. I be chillin', smoking ganja with my niggas. I got so much, so many dreams, so many things to hold up. So many things on my mind. So many things to let shine.
Welcome back to Unrestricted Free Agent. We appreciate you guys for tuning in as always. Another week, another guest. This time we're switching over into the reins of football again. I have a good friend of mine, Jonathan Moxey, here with me. As always, we appreciate you for coming on the show and telling your story, man. We know you have a good one. Done a lot in the football world, still playing, still after it. And so we appreciate you for joining us. So first off, as always, Moxey, tell them about yourself and rattle off your accolades. If you get tongue-tied, we got it all right here, so we'll go off whatever you forget.
Pretty much about myself, man. I'm a down-to-earth guy. I feel like people look at me and a lot of people wouldn't even know I play football. If you see me, you like, oh, this dude, light-skinned dude, whatever. He's 5'9", blah, 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 whatever. But really, bro, it's all about the work you put in. You know what I'm saying? I put in work for everything that I've gotten, and I'm still grinding to reach my peak. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I got a lot more in store, a lot more in the tank. So every day I'm just striving to be the best me I could be. You know what I'm saying? So you said accolades?
Yeah, give me the stats. Give me the stats. Run
man.
through. This is where you get to brag on yourself a little bit.
I used to do that when I was in high school.
I know it's over with now, but this is another
be
chance
chilling.
to get it. You got to get it back.
So like high school, I was an all-state guy. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I had a couple guys almost beat my record. I had 9 picks my junior season. But I was an all-state guy. Back then, I think I was like 5'8". You know what I'm saying? I was a little guy, like 5'8", 155 pounds, soaking wet. So I was blessed to be a 2-star, but like honestly, they didn't at 5'8", 155. So the big schools were not calling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was blessed to have, like FAU, couple Sun Belt schools, couple Conference USA schools, schools like that. You know what I'm saying? But then next thing you know, I get a call from Boise.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Like, Boise State, huh? I done seen them play. First thing everybody think is blue turf.
Yeah, I was about to say, everybody know the turf.
You know what I'm saying? And at the time, we had some big names playing there. Had Kyle Wilson go first round, Shea McClellan. You had the Kellen Moore. These guys are winning Fiesta Bowls and everything, and they on TV. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, like, let me go out there on a visit, right? So I go out there. The school is like a big football school, big football town. They don't have a pro team in Idaho.
Yeah.
Not football anyway. So it was pretty much centered around Boise State. And with it being that way, I felt like, okay, this is an opportunity for me to maybe get out into the limelight, get my name out there. Because I know at this time, okay, I'm 5'8 and a half, 5'9". I know that these guys aren't going to be knocking down my door.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a 6'1" corner. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I got a ball. You know what I'm saying? And then meeting these coaches and guys getting put out every year, these coaches are telling you, like, yeah, we put guys out in the league, and a lot of those guys came from the NFL or had stints in the NFL as coaches. So for me, that was a big selling point, and part of the reason why I went there was a culture of hard work, blue-collar mentality.
Yeah.
And I think that's what sold me and ended up making me go to Boise.
That's real. So as we said, we're going to go over his. So freshman year, started or appeared in 12 games, debut season with the Broncos. First career start against Southern Miss, recorded 12 tackles, 11 solo on the season. Season high 3 against Fresno State and New Mexico. Pass breakup against the Bulldogs. Sophomore year, 2014, appeared in all 14 games, starting 12, tied for second with 7 pass breakups. Also made 33 tackles, 26 solo with the interception, first career interception, and broke up another pass against Connecticut. Junior started all 13 games, picked off a pair of passes, and led the team with 10 pass breakups. Tied for 8th on the team with 39 tackles, 29 solo, along with a sack and a fumble recovery. Made 3 tackles, 1 solo against Washington. First career sack. Led the Broncos with 6 solo tackles and broke up a pass at BYU. Intercepted a pass, broke up a pair of throws, and made 5 solo tackles against Idaho. Broke up 3 passes against Hawaii, intercepted a pass, broke up 2 more. 3 tackles at Colorado State, led the team with 9 tackles. I told you we're going to brag on you. Recovered a fumble, broke up a pass at the Pontiac Bowl against Northern Illinois. Senior year, 2016, all 13 games, 12 starts, all Mountain West second team. Led team with 13 pass breakups, 50 tackles, 43 solo, 4.5 tackles for loss. 6 tackles against Washington State, 3 tackles at Oregon State, broke up 3 passes, and made 7 solo tackles against Utah, 6 solo tackles, including 1 for the loss against Colorado State. Broke up 2 passes, shared a tackle for loss, and had 3 tackles, 2 solo against BYU. Tackle for loss among his 4 tackles, 3 solo, broke up a pass at Wyoming. 3 passes and 8 tackles, 6 solo against San Jose State. Season high, 4 passes broken up. Made a tackle for loss among the 3 tackles at the Senior Bowl. Solo tackles at Hawaii, my fault. All Mountain West second team, as we said. Go to the Bucks, free agent 2017. Cardinals, second go-around, free agent 2017 to 2019. And then you end up in the CFL. Now we're going to go into your Calgary stats. Calgary Stampede, all right, CFL. Appeared in 5 games. Saw action on special teams first and back up as a defensive back. 2 defensive tackles, 2 special team tackles. Started the season on the practice roster before being activated and making your debut week 7. Active roster for 4 consecutive games, but then you got hurt, suffered an injury week 15. 2020, the eventful year, under contract, COVID canceled the season. And then 2021, last year, probably your best year. 13 starts, 12 at cornerback, 1 at halfback. 1 at halfback?
They moved me to safety, bro. We'll get into it.
And 24 defensive tackles, 4 special team stops, 2 interceptions, 5 knockdowns, 1 fumble recovery. First career interception sealed a Week 9 victory. Returned an interception 53 yards for your first career touchdown in the Western semifinals. 1 defensive tackle, 3 interceptions for 20 yards, along with 3 kickoff returns for 71 yards.
Yeah,
so you already kind of got into your recruitment a little bit and what made you kind of choose boys, and I feel like that's kind of an interesting topic because everybody chooses their schools differently. So how was it being a free agent fighting from the practice squad to crack a roster when you first made the NFL stunt? And how was it even going from college to choosing, and going through the draft process, your pro day and all that stuff, and then having to end up making a practice team to kind of get your kind of foot into the league?
Oh, man, I would say it's very stressful, man. I think it's basically the recruitment process all over again.
Yeah.
Right, but the pool gets smaller. So, they say only a certain amount of guys from high school go to Division I, Division II, or play after after high school. There's even a smaller amount that go to play professionally.
Yeah.
Right, so from that point on, I'm just thinking bro, I know I can ball, bro. Like cut on this tape.
Exactly. It's never a question of mindset.
5'9",
Yeah.
Blah, 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 and I see these dudes at Florida State and these dudes at Florida and Miami or whatever school they go to.
Yeah.
When we lace up these cleats, I know I'm gonna do me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a child's game that we play, but I feel like I'm one of the best. You know what I'm saying? And that's just me being as harsh of a critic as I am on myself, but I put in the work. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it could be very stressful. And for the people watching this, you know what I'm saying? If you are one of those guys, you know what I'm saying, and you think, don't think that you're alone. Like, everybody's stressed out, but don't let it consume you. Just put in the work and continue to work towards your goal. Because as long as you're being your best self, you're headed in the right direction.
Yeah.
So as far as that, you know what I'm saying, it's very stressful. Because you're thinking like, okay, I gotta run this in the 40. I gotta jump this in the vertical. I gotta do this in the broad. I gotta hit this on bench. Or I gotta compare myself to this. Comparison is the thief of joy, bro.
Yeah.
If I could go back and tell myself that when I was that age, I wouldn't worry about half of the stuff. The success that I'm finding now in my career, I feel like it's because I don't compare myself anymore, bro. I'm confident in myself.
It takes a level of maturity to get there, too.
Yeah, I'm confident in myself, and I know what I'm capable of. Like, back then, I'm just so critical and, oh, you got to do this because he did this. And, bro, like, You know what I'm saying? If I could go back, all those nerves and the stress that I was feeling back then wouldn't really be a thing. So we were talking about, so I ended up, I had a good pro day. You know what I'm saying? I ran 4.5, jumped a 10.2 broad or whatever, 4 flat short shuttle. I did really good in drills. So I ended up, had a few options coming out. I didn't get drafted, so that was a rough day for me.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there with my lady, and sitting there with my mom, and I didn't get the call. I didn't want to have a big draft party. I'm like,
of
bro,
course.
what if I don't get that call? And that would have been embarrassing for me. And I knew myself at that time. I was like, you know what, I just want my close loved ones with me, you know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting there, I don't get that call. And I thought I was too, because when the 6th round came around, that's when I was expecting from my agent and everything. Like, these teams have been calling me, talking about, oh, just be ready, you know what I'm saying? You're a day 3, look for us, blah, blah, blah. So I started getting calls in the 6th round. Bucks call. They're like, yeah, how you doing, man? Anybody been calling you? I'm like, you the first team to call me. Blah, 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 I was just being G, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we might come get you in the late 6th or the 7th. We just trying to figure it out, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm happy. Geek. It's an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all smoke and mirrors, you know what I'm saying? So then I think after that, the Cardinals called me. Then I get a call from the Saints. Then I get a call from the Chargers. A call from the Dolphins. Like, all within like a 20-minute period, because you know they don't got that much time on the clock.
Yeah.
So they calling me like, oh, who's calling you? Who's calling? Blah, blah, blah. 7th round come around, I'm like, oh, I know one of y'all got to call my name. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know one of y'all will call my phone. Bro, they called his last pick, I burst out in tears.
Dang.
I'm like, bro, they ain't drafting, so all y'all just talking.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's a good thing, because now I get to choose my situation. So I got these teams to choose from. I got free agent opportunities. I got mini camp opportunities, and I ended up going to the Dolphins. You know what I'm saying? I ended up going to the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
And I ended up going there, and you know, I fought my way through camp. You know, I fought my way through the OTAs, through camp, and everything. And I feel like it was a real learning experience. I ended up getting cut and then signing back with their practice roster. But it's very hard once you get around that atmosphere with all those guys.
Yeah.
And you really understand that, okay, everybody trying to get it, bro. It's not like in college, it's a different animal.
That's what a lot of people don't understand, man. Like, getting there is one thing, but getting there and staying there completely different beasts, man.
It's tough, because, like, I'm here, and then it's like, okay, like, what can I do that he can't do? He was there before. If a guy was there before you, they know what he could do, right?
Yeah.
He's proven. The coaches trust him, right? Now you have to prove to them that they can trust you, and you have to outperform him every day. Every day. So you can't, like, one day I'm better, the next day it's like, it's kind of close.
Yeah.
Because if it's close, they're going to take the guy that they can trust.
Exactly.
Right? So you have to go above and beyond, right? Doesn't help that I'm 5'9". Doesn't help that I run 4.5 and they run 4.3.
Yeah.
And they're 6 foot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but if we both play, I'd be better. That's just my. So it comes down to that.
That brings me to something else. Do you think that? And you asked me about this in basketball. I'll always tell you it's the truth. Do you think that a lot of coaches value intangibles more than the eye test?
And I wouldn't say it's the coaches. I'd say it's the scouts.
Okay, that's what I mean. Okay, yeah.
I'd say it's the scouts, because I don't know if is it the same with basketball?
Yeah, I mean, same thing. Yeah, scouts.
So I think it's the scouts. So the scouts would feel better. Okay, even if it's practice squad, a scout would feel better having a guy who played at LSU, who's 6'1".
That's what I was talking to my boy. That's what I was talking to my boy over the phone. Yeah.
He'd be more comfortable having a guy from LSU who played DB, my position. He'd be comfortable having a guy who played at LSU, Alabama, who's 6'1", runs a 4.3, and he's trash. Let's be real. He's not.
You can keep it a buck. Yeah.
He's not a good DB.
Yeah.
Play that. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not gonna.
No, you think about somebody. You start thinking about somebody. Don't even.
I'm not gonna say. I'm only saying Batman LSU, but it's not even those schools. These are other schools.
Yeah.
They're like a guy who played in the SEC or the ACC.
Yeah.
Who's 6'1", runs a 4.3, but he's not better than you at DB. Like, there's no way in the world. There's not a DB coach on the earth who would train with me for 1 week in practice and say that he's better than me.
Yeah.
It's not happening. Like, any DB coach would not say it. But the scouts would rather have him on their roster on practice squad as a reserve. Because when you're a free agent, they're not looking for you to play.
Of course.
They're looking for you to be a reserve in case the starters get hurt. That's just facts. We trying to make the roster. We trying to get our foot in the door. But like, let's be real.
Yeah, they're not having you there for you to come up.
You feel me? They're not having you here to start. They're having you here like, okay, if something happens, we know that you could get into the game. You could run this playbook and you could do your job. You can guard him and limit him to this.
You're
amount
serviceable.
Of yards.
That's all it is.
You feel me, right?
Yeah.
Let's be real. That's what it is, right? They'd rather have that than to have a 5'9" or a 5'8", a dog. A dog, though. Like, I'm talking about, like, he's strapped. Like, low-key, he more strapped than your starter. But
Yeah.
he 5'9", and he played at a D2 or like a small school. Don't nobody really know about him. He ain't famous.
Yeah.
He got 2,000 followers, but he's strapped.
Yeah.
Like, even the DBs be like, ooh, like, he's strapped. But they'd rather have the status and the height and the eye test on the roster.
Okay.
To save face. That's personally how I feel.
I mean, that's the consensus from everybody. I feel like everybody says the same thing. Like, it's an echo chamber with everybody who's played, everybody who's been to the highest level. It's an echo chamber. Everybody's repeating the same things. And again, it's kind of sad that that's how the game is, but the more you know. Again, like if you would have known that back, it might have been like, okay, like now I know I gotta work that much harder because they're not looking for me. They don't care what I did in college. Once you step through the door, it's over with. That part of your life is gone. Like they could care less. And I know all them videos you always see coaches and love to tell you that. We don't care what you did. From when you get the call, they tell you, we don't care what you did in high school.
Yeah,
you get to the league, we don't care what you did in college. You back at the bottom of the totem pole. So that's crazy. So yeah, carry on. So then you at the Tampa Bay and then
I
leave
know,
there and then,
Tampa, and then I ended up, when I got cut the second time, bro, I cried like a baby.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, bro, I cried, and then I talked to the coach. The coach was Derek Cutter at the time, who coached at Boise years back. He didn't coach me or anything.
Yeah.
He was like, man, you had to know, like, he had a real conversation with me. And that's one thing that I respected about him because maybe because I'm a Boise guy, he just kept it real. He was like, bro, like, think about it, bro. Like, it's not over for you, but just know that it was going to be hard for you to make this team regardless. And as soon as he said that, I said, you know what? I appreciate your honesty, bro.
Yeah, that's real.
Like, you telling me that is telling me, like, I ain't do nothing
wrong. Yeah, bro. You need to hear that, yeah,
bro, when
man.
I got cut, bro, I was shocked. I'm
Yeah.
like, you calling me? Like, bro, I'm going against D-Jack in practice. I'm holding my own.
That's crazy,
I'm going against
man.
Mike Evans, holding my own. I see them boys in the club from now on. They like, Mox, what up?
Yeah.
Because they know I ain't no slouch.
Yeah,
Bro. Like,
yeah.
You feel me? I ain't no slouch. These my dogs. Like, I see them out and they speak. Chris Godwin, all these dudes, they cool with me because they know, bro, you going against me in practice, you already know what time it is. Like, you feel me? So, like, that let me know that, okay, I did what I was supposed to do. The reason for me getting cut, it wasn't a Moxey issue. It was an issue upstairs.
Yeah.
That wasn't in the coach's hands. The coach called me like, hey, man, I'm sorry. I didn't make this decision.
That's crazy.
It's the scouts.
That's crazy how they be quick to say that too. Like,
And it's cool. I
Yeah,
understand
yeah.
it's business. So when I leave there, I feel like, and we're going to get into this, talk about mental health.
Yeah.
So when I left that, 22 years old. You know what I'm saying? That was tough. You talking to a kid who, bruh, I'm all in.
Yeah.
This ain't nothing but football for me. This is what I want to do. I ain't even start thinking about what I'm going to do after. Right?
Yeah.
So I would say to be G, it's when I first got cut. I was at the crib trying to set up workouts, blah, blah, blah. Go see a team here, you go see a team there or whatever. And I'm at the crib at my mama's house because I just got back from college. I ain't graduated yet or nothing, you know what I'm saying? So I'm at the crib and it was depressing, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it was depressing. I'm like, bro, I went from being in the league to being at my mama's house.
Yeah, you back at the crib, bro.
Right? So from there, bro, it was real stressful. It was tough, you know. And then I would say, I had to go get a part-time job because I was like, you know what?
Was that your first time punching the clock? Because I remember my
Well,
first time.
I worked
mean,
in high school.
I was going to say, yeah.
I got the
your
same
first
job. I was working. That's part of the reason what saved me, bro.
Yeah.
I'm a BG. So I was working, in high school, I worked at the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah.
Bro, I went to the Boys and Girls Club, again, just to get a part-time job, just to pay your car note, blah, blah, blah. And that is what saved me, bro. Them children saved me, bro.
Bro, I love
Like, the kids, like, going to work every day and just seeing the fact that they smile.
Yeah.
When they see you, they smile. That's what saved me. And I literally say that, like, the kids made it easier for me to wake up every day, to go work out in the morning, go chill with them for 2 or 3 hours, go work out in the afternoon. Just, like, seeing them every day. Oh, man, I got homework, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, got homework.
Yeah.
Like,
Perspective, man.
You don't got, and the crazy thing, I can't break down. Like, you can't know that I'm stressing.
Of course.
So, like, I did this for about two months. Then the Cardinals finally brought me in, and I was on their practice squad. Did the whole little thing with them for about another year and a half. Went on their practice squad, went to training camp with them. I got injured.
Yeah.
And then got cut again. Was home for like another 2 months. Didn't work that time around, but then went back to their practice squad for a few weeks. And after that, same thing happened. But this time, they tried me. Like,
really?
This time, this was 19. Bruh, like, I'm like, at this point in time, with the way the roster was looking,
I'm trying to think of that year. I was going to say, I remember that year.
Ain't no way
I remember that year,
team.
actually. That was
ain't
when
no,
it was.
Boy, ain't no way I ain't making this team,
I remember that year.
All I got to do is get to camp and stay healthy.
Yeah.
All I got to do is get to camp and stay healthy. I already know. I know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And y'all ain't bringing nobody in? What? As soon as the draft ended, they cut me. So they had the draft weekend,
That's
blah, blah, blah.
crazy.
And the coaches knew nothing about it. And I know they didn't because I had a meeting with the coaches or whatever. And they was having me so they have like some veterans. They're able to, and at the time I was a veteran, but not really.
Yeah.
They'll have me go to the rookie minicamp with the rookies. So they have a selected amount of veterans who are able to go to those. And I was one of the vets that was gonna go to represent the DBs. And I did it the year before and I killed it.
Yeah.
So I knew like this year, I'm even a year older. So I'm finna kill this. And I met with the coaches. And they was like, yeah, man, we excited to see you, blah, blah, blah. Like, we know what you're gonna do. We see you all OTAs, blah, blah, blah. But they already know what I'm finna do.
Yeah.
Like, I'm ready to go take somebody's spot, low-key, this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bruh, I kid you not. If it wasn't that same afternoon, bruh, I think I met with the coaches like that morning. You know what I'm saying? 4 o'clock come around, bro.
That game is so dirty sometimes, bro.
But that tells me they didn't know.
Yeah.
Until they had to staff me after they talked to me. They're like, Mox, we ready to see you, boy. Like, hey, you answer every question you answered is correct. You got everything right on the board. We see your drills. We know you got the best feet in the room. Like, you got the best hips and the feet in the room. Now we finna see you, blah, blah, blah. You pull up. I meet with the scouts. They said, Mox, you at the facility? I'm like, nah. They was like, you come up here? Damn. So I pull up or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I pull up. I'm chill because I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, I know y'all, like, I've been killing it. Like, even the coaches see it. Yeah, man, it's a numbers thing. You know, we can't have this many guys on the roster. I'm like, y'all couldn't release me, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like last week? Because if you had released me last week before the draft, maybe I would have had an opportunity to go to some other mini camps.
Mm-hmm.
So they waited until the draft, and a week dragged on, which you could have did it last week. You knew you was gonna draft a DB.
Yeah.
Just released me last week, and I could have got in front of some other scouts. Y'all know I don't got no film. I got hurt last year. Then y'all had me on practice squad. I ain't got no game film. So after I got released that time, I was on my last stint. Went to the Dolphins, did a little tryout. And then after that tryout, I did really good. I did, per my standard, I think I did good. Per their standard, I did good. But I was like, I could have did better. You know what I'm saying? I did the best of the DBs for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm a harsh critic, bro. Like, I'm a harsh critic. I think everybody if you're watching this, you know I'm a harsh critic.
Yeah.
For the people who know me anyway. But their issue with me was film, which is exactly what I knew it was gonna be. Cause like, I got injured. When you're hanging around on practice squad for so long, it's only so much they could like rely on. If they don't see you in practice every day, they don't really know what you could do. And now you're relying on my film from 2017,
which is
tough. It's 2019.
Bro. Yeah, that's tough.
It's 2019 now. So that was after that workout, you know what I'm saying? That told me like, you know what, I need to get film. So I went up to Canada. You know what I'm saying? Went from there, and it was still political at first. You know what I'm saying? I felt like as soon as I got up there, I should have been starting. Mm-hmm. Personally, like and I'm a realist, bro. I'm a realist now. If I go to a team, I've been in the league, bro. I understand why you ain't starting me when I pull up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when I pulled up, I should have been starting. Like, you feel that? I BG. When I
you got a right to feel that way. I always tell you, you got a right to feel that way.
When I pulled up to Canada, BG with you, I should have been starting. And I tell them that to this day. Like, those are my dogs now because, like, I've been with the same team. So,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
the scouts and the GM and the coaches, they cool with me. Like, they text my phone. Like, we talk. Like, bro, what you eating at dinner, bro? They see me post something on the ground. Like, bro, where you at, bro? I'm about to pull up to that when I come to Miami. Like, they cool, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it's all love now, you know what I'm saying? I felt like when I first got there, I should have been starting, but I didn't. So I had to, it was probably a good thing that they didn't immediately because it's a whole different game. They got the waggle, they got 3 down football, it's different rules, bigger field. So it's stuff you kind of got to learn. So I had the ability to learn it in practice. Did that for a couple weeks. You spoke about it right there. From there, I ended up, what was it? Oh, from there I ended up going to, I was on the practice roster, then I went active for like 1 week.
Yeah.
Got like a special teams tackle, blah, blah, blah. That was geek. And then I went over there, and they moved me back down, and I'm like, what's up? They was like, you didn't do nothing wrong. It's just, we had a little ratio problem. Ratio, they have to have a certain amount of Canadians.
That's how this for overseas too, yeah.
Yeah, so a certain amount of Americans, a certain amount of Canadians. We had a ratio problem, that's why we moved you up. And I was like, oh, okay. But I ain't understand it yet. I still, to this day, I still don't fully, I understand.
I get it now, but I still think it's crazy.
It's crazy, right? So then a couple weeks go by and they move me back up and I'm up now because bro, I've been balling in practice. Like, you can't deny me a roster spot at this point, and then I mess around and get injured with my ankle, ends my season.
Yeah.
Bruh, and then next thing you know, after that season is over, I ain't depressed or nothing. I'm just like, well, this is what happens, you know what I'm saying? It's football.
Yeah.
Going back to Canada, I didn't get depressed until 2020 came.
That COVID season.
Bruh. Because I'm thinking like, all right, my ankle got hurt, but I'm coming back and I'm in training camp. So now ain't nobody going to take my spot. Like, I know I'm going to start busting my ass, bro. Like, probably the best shape I had been in, bro, in like forever, bro. Like, since I ain't never been in this type of shape.
You felt that good because you put the work in, yeah.
Bro, I was in shape 2020, boy. They canceled that season. Bro, I done had got up to like 215. I'm walking around chubby. I'm walking around chubby, bro. Like, and people watching this, y'all already know me. When y'all see me in the city, a lot of them boys were like, damn, but you got fat. Like, I'm like, yeah, bro, I know, bro. Like, I've been good. Been at the crib, like, bro.
Did you know the season was, like, did you just think, like, oh, you know, I just got to wait this year? Did you, like, think, dang, I don't know when it's going to come back? I remember when we talked when we was playing tennis still, and I was like,
yeah.
You sure it's even going to come back
like
this year?
Because they kept making it seem like it's going to crack, and the next thing you know, it ain't cracking. Like, they pushed it back, and then they pushed it back, and I'm like, what are we doing, bro? Like, then they pushed it back more, and they said, okay, we're going to cancel the season. I'm like, bruh, like, what are y'all doing? Because if y'all would have just made this decision collectively, and I think the real reason why the league might have not done it is because at the time they had the AAF?
Yeah.
I think a lot of the players, including myself, if they would have canceled it up front and
they
been
would
like,
just left.
Oh, I would have been gone.
Yeah.
I would have went to the AAF. Why would I sit here?
That's true.
And wait for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
That's real. That is
league
true.
Coming up, so they hanging on. And I don't think they're that vindictive. I think they really thought that we trying to make this happen. You know what I'm saying? And they just couldn't get it worked out with their government up north because theirs is different than here. It's different. And especially when I see the NFL going and I see NCAA going, they had limited seasons. I'm like, oh, we gotta have some type of season. They're gonna give us at least like 9 games.
Yeah.
Then they come to 2021, and we still got a shortened season. We have 14 games instead of 18. Feel me? So then we go into that. So and then that worked that year, and then this year worked out. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So then you kind of touched on it a little bit, but talk about just the low point of the NFL to the high point of now the CFL, because you've been there like 3 seasons now. You just talked about it a little bit, like the love you getting and just how different that is and how much, I guess, better that feels. Or even if you even thought that it was going to be like that.
Well, I kind of always knew that the CFL was there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I remember even when it was like my pro day and everything, I was instructed by ex-players, not so much my agent. Just like, I didn't have an agent when I first came out. I did a dolo. And I had just like a manager. You know, Abe Elam?
Yeah.
He was helping me out with a lot of stuff.
He helped a lot of people out, man. Shout out to him, bro. He really a staple,
Shout out to Abe, yeah. he was helping me out with the mental aspect of it, more so as like a manager, not so much a agent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he was helping me out, so I appreciate him for that. So I was instructed by not him, but just other ex-players. Like, make sure you talk to all the scouts, like not just the NFL scouts, but CFL scouts.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, man, but you know, you young, you thinking like, I'm going to the league. But I listened to the advice, right? So I listened to this team that I'm with, Calgary, right? I spoke to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
They loved what I did. And Buddy told me straight up, he was like, well, I just saw your workout and I saw your film. This is at my pro day.
Yeah.
I saw your workout and I watched your film. He was like, I don't think you're going to have any issue getting a shot at the NFL. So in a year or two, we'll hit you up. I kid you not, every single year.
That's crazy.
Every single time I got released, I checked my email, that team was there.
That's
so when
crazy.
I got released the first time, they emailed me. I got released the second time, they hit me. I got released the third time, they hit me. Third time, it's a charm.
Yeah, yeah.
I slid, just like that. So that team stayed on me. They was like, you know what? If it don't work out, come pull up. If it don't work out, come pull up.
Yeah.
So they saw something in me back then. So it was that's why I appreciate Calgary, because like, not that they was like on me, but they before they saw any of that, they was already on me, fresh out of college. So I feel like the low life of the NFL was not the low life, but the low lights.
Yeah.
Me getting released and everything like that. I know what I'm capable of, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it helped prepare me to be where I am. And I think that I still got a lot left, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I peaked yet. I still don't think I peaked yet, you know what I'm saying? That was a shortened season, that was 14 games.
Yeah.
And I played in 13 of them. So I think that I got a lot left. So I'm just excited to see where it goes. Honestly, I know that we got a lot in store. We got a lot of guys coming in this year, a lot of new players on the team. So I'm excited, bro. Like, honestly.
Did you know that there was all these other leagues when you was coming out of high school? Like, did you have any idea? Because I didn't know about half of them.
So I knew about the CFL and I knew about the NFL. I knew about the NFL because, of course, we had some guys from Dwyer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I knew about CFL because we had one of our coaches who played in the CFL.
Oh, that's dope then, yeah.
So we didn't, but the other leagues like the XFL and they had it in the past. And I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
I never knew about that, you know what I'm saying? And then they're building up again now. I didn't know about all that stuff. I knew they had football in Germany. I didn't even know that. We had an ex-player, Donald Russell, played over there.
Okay, yeah.
But I didn't know about all the other leagues. I mean, it's a great avenue. I think that it's a great tool for guys to use. Like, it's very hard to get your foot in the door in the CFL because of the ratio.
Yeah.
So like, bro, it's hard.
What is the ratio? Do you remember off the top of your head how many players it is?
I think there's only 21 Americans on the team.
Really? On what?
On the active.
Okay, got you.
On the active roster. So if I'm not mistaken, I don't want to blur out no number. I think it's like 43 or 46 guys or something like that. And I think it's 43. It's one of the two, 43 or 46. 21 are American. Then it's like 22 or 23 Canadian, and then a couple like one or two globals or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's like global players. And then like I think the specialist, or I don't really know how to rule specifically.
Yeah, no, that makes sense though. That makes sense.
But it's like that. So it's like, bro, like not only do you have to be good, you have to be one of those 21.
Yeah. Yeah, so that makes it a lot smaller than just
it's
making
harder,
the roster.
Bro. It's hard to stick over there, man. So it's like once you get in, bro, you gotta ball. I tell guys that all the time, like, bro, you in training camp, look around. This is not the NFL. And I didn't realize it because I didn't go to training camp with them in 19. I went to training camp with them in 2021. And I told the guys, I'm like an old dude, but at the time, a lot of those guys were older than me. I was 26 at the time, going into camp. Yeah, I was like 26. So I was like, yo, like, these guys are 20, 27, 28, 29. And I'm like, bro, like, this is not the NFL. Like, 8 of us here, it's not going to be 8 or 9 of us, or it's not going to be 10 of us on the team.
Yeah.
Like, look at this, right? There's not going to be 10 of us here, right? That's how you can't look at it like that. You got to look at it like this. There's 6 DBs on the field. Those 6 DBs are not coming off of the field. If they don't get injured, they ain't coming off the field. Like, you feel? We ain't coming off the field. Like, we could be up 50. We ain't coming off the field.
That's crazy.
Oh, we ain't coming off the field. I'm serious. Ain't no subs, bro. You ain't coming out. We up 50. We ain't coming out that field, boy. I'm telling you, right? So, and then you got to look. One of that 6 is going to be a Canadian.
Yeah.
Right? So it's only 5 of us, right? And the way the ratio breaks up, it might only be 6, an extra American and an extra Canadian at DB. So
Sheesh.
that is 6 plus 2, that's 8.
Yeah.
So we in a room of 15. Don't think you got to be in the top 8. You need to think you need to be in the top 5.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
look
That's
at
real,
this, bro.
though.
It ain't happening, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I'm
real.
just being G. It ain't like the league where, okay, if you was in that top 12, oh, you good.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. You need to be in the top 5, or it ain't happening. Because those Canadians are going to hold spots. And partially, a part of me understands, like, oh, it's the CFL, like, they got to keep Canadians.
Yeah.
But then the humane part of me says, bro, let the best
Player play. Yeah.
Let the best players play. And it's not up to me to tell them how to run their league. I'm just there to play, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't into all of that, bro. I'm just there to play. So, like, the rest is just like, I wish the best players would just play. I think that there would be a better product on the field. But then I understand why they do it. Their fans value having their own race, their own countrymen, you know what I'm saying? Countrymen and countrywomen coaching and countrymen playing on the field.
Yeah.
So, like, that's what they want, you know what I'm saying? And I understand that.
Has any part of you not being in the league right now or the game has it left you bitter in any way? Or does, like, the optics of politics kind of affect you mentally? 'Cause I know, as you said, that's kind of tough. And even, you know, talking about the emotional ups and downs and, for example, you not hearing your name on draft night and stuff like that. And again, I don't know if that was, I know for a man especially, like, I always remember the first time I cried, or even the first time I got emotionally vulnerable enough to, like, break down. You feel me? And it was in college, bro. College basketball, same thing. So just knowing that aspect, has that left you bitter towards the game at all? Or is it kind of just like you charge it to the game or whatever?
I don't think nothing, that ain't gonna leave me bitter, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I mean, if anything, I'm gonna use it as fuel, you know what I'm saying? I think I just put myself in the mind where, like, I'm gonna control what I can control.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing. You know, my coach at Boise State, his name was Brian Harsin, and, you know, I dealt with Chris Peterson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All these dudes, and they used to be big on quotes. You know what I'm saying? Like, BTB, be the best. You know what I'm saying? Be the best you. You know what I'm saying? Control what you can control,
Yeah.
all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I just keep those quotes in my head, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can only control what I can control. You know what I'm saying? I can't let, you know what I'm saying, politics affect me. When I cut on this tape and I look at myself, you know what I'm saying, you know what? Okay, bro, you're doing what you need to do.
Yeah.
Every day, if I'm taking a step in the correct direction to be the best version of myself, like, on and off the field, you know what I'm saying? So I think when I'm doing that, I can't be bitter. You know what I'm saying? I can't be bitter about not still being in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? I can't be bitter about me being 5'9" and you overlooking me. You know what I'm saying? If I got 5 interceptions and this guy has never had more than 2 in his whole career, and you just won't give me a chance, I can't.
Yeah, I can't control that. Yeah.
I can't do nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I ain't gonna be bitter, bro. Like, I just know that, like, I'm happy knowing that, like, bro, I'm a baller, bro. Like, and the people who know ball, they know I'm a baller.
Yeah.
People who don't know it, they don't know it. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna sleep good at night knowing that I put my best foot forward and I'm stepping forward.
Yeah.
I'm stepping forward to become a better version of myself, if that makes sense.
That's
You know
real.
what I'm saying?
And then next thing is your idea of success tied to your sport? I know our identity was always in our sport. It was, oh yeah, I know Moxey, he played football. I know, oh, he hoop. You know what I'm saying? So is your idea of success now as you've gotten older tied to your sport, or does it kind of go beyond that?
I think it goes beyond that, bro. Like when it's all said and done, I don't want to solely be known as, like, oh, he played football at Dwyer.
Yeah.
And I low-key, like, hate when people do that. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I low-key hate it, bro. Like, they be like, oh, bro, didn't you play ball at D-Block back in the day?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, bro, but, like, you know what
I
I'm
did
saying?
a lot more than that, bro.
I did a lot more than at the D-Block.
Yeah.
But I think, and that's a lot of things, is once you expand to other areas of Florida, to other areas of the world, you know what I'm saying? Personally, I know me, I'm not your sport is different. If you're a 6'10" person, they automatically
Yeah, they
assume
know
you're
who you
a
are.
hooper. They assume you're a hooper. Or
Yeah.
if you're 6'5" and 260, oh, you play DN.
Yeah.
Me, my size puts me in a situation where, like I told you, like people would not believe I play football. Bro. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, I feel like it's beyond just a sports identity.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to, you know what I'm saying, get into endeavors after football, you know what I'm saying? Or whether it's staying in the game and coaching, or whether it's becoming an investor or starting a business here, or whatever career path that I choose, I want to be known as a guy who can put his mind to anything and can achieve that. So it's the same situation where I'm saying, BTB, be the best.
Yeah.
Or control what you can control. Whatever I put my mind to, I want to be able to move in that direction and be able to grasp that goal. So that's how I feel.
And this was on a script, but you kind of brought up a good point, and I was thinking about that. I know you probably heard of the Dwayne Haskins news and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And just seeing all the analysts and announcers and reporters kind of demean his life to his struggles on the football field, it made me feel a way, because I know, as you said, like, I don't want to just be known as a football player, and I want to just be known as my accomplishments. And I know you're deeper in the football community than me, but what did you think about that whole situation? I don't know if you even saw the tweets. They had a bunch of big analysts. Yeah, like,
I follow the guy.
Yeah, so
he got
like,
unfollowed. He's canceled.
of course, yeah. But I know, how did that make, because that's your peer. Like I always say, if you was in that community, that's your peer. You feel me? So like,
Man.
but we see it happen all the time.
It's sick.
Yeah.
I really think it's sick, because it's like, bro, like, this dude he's a brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's a son.
Yeah.
I don't know if he had kids, but he's a dad. He's a role model in his community. He's a teammate. You know what I'm saying? This is a grandson. Bro, don't nobody care about what he did on the field. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what happened. This is, like I said, this is family. You know what I'm saying? This is my coworker, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, me and him, we never shared a locker room, but we could have shared a locker room.
Yeah.
I know guys who have shared a locker room with him, with the Steelers. You know what I'm saying? At Ohio State, we got our very own JP.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Played with him,
Johnny,
you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Threw the ball to him. So it's like, it's affecting him, so it's affecting me.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's like, when for people to say senseless things like that, it kind of shows you how some people, not all people, it shows you how some people view athletes. In a sense. And it brings you back to that same thing of that shut up and dribble.
Yeah.
And that's what it brings me back to. It's like, okay, it's like, we don't care what you think. We only care about what you do on the field. But they don't realize that we're people. Now we're going to tie into the mental health aspect. You don't understand what's going on in our heads, bro.
Yeah.
They don't understand the stress that we go through. Like stuff has been going on. I don't know if you see, we lost Keith Bryant.
So that's what I was
Last
saying.
week.
That's why I was bringing it up. And I remember even talking about it. I was like, and it's crazy how the last 3 years, I mean, both communities, but the football community's they've been getting hammered, bro. Like mentally, like.
Mental health is serious,
And it's just
bro.
been, again, the people who in the thick of it, they feel it. It's heavy. I'm talking about every other day I see athletes literally, and it always makes me feel bad, because I feel like you can tell they hurting because they don't even want to talk about it. You know, they're right on the notes pad. Like, you can tell that's just a running thought. You feel me?
Right.
Like, they don't even want to talk about it.
It's stressful,
And
man.
then, but the analysts and all that stuff, the way they talk and the
Don't
comments
look
they
at it like
make, and
that.
it's like you literally can't even show humanity. Like, it's like, why do you have opinions? Like, why are you talking?
You can be critical and respectful at the same time.
Yeah.
And I think that's a disconnect that they don't get. Like I said, you can be critical and respectful at the same time. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to super bash people. You know what I'm saying? If a guy gets benched, he gets benched. We know why he got benched. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You can be critical and respectful at the same time. And I think in the Haskins situation, that his playing career, his accolades and his
Man, it
ups
didn't
and
have
downs in
nothing
his
to
career
do with
should
it
have
at the
never
moment,
been,
man.
it should have never been brought up in
Yeah.
his outline. And I think that his family deserved better than that. To even read that and for that to even, I mean, it blew up, of course, because of who the guy was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just unfortunate that his family had to read that. It's unfortunate that we all had to read that because, like I said, it was sickening.
Yeah.
And I looked on his Instagram. I mean, his Twitter. He deleted it, of course.
Of course he did. Yeah.
But it's like,
that's a PR move. Like, you don't feel sorry that you said that, man. Like,
you know you messed up.
yeah,
you know what I'm
man.
saying?
Like,
So
that's what bothers me. Like, you don't feel sorry that you said that, or even the radio clip on the Dan Liebertar show. Like,
Right.
he issued an apology too. Like, nobody want to hear that at that point.
Yeah.
Like, you said what
It's
you
too
said.
late, bro.
You said what you said.
So we know
bro.
how you feel.
Yeah.
We know your first instinct is, this is what you think strictly business. Think humility first.
Yeah.
Because we are human. Nobody's perfect. Like, we mess up. We have error.
Yeah.
Like, some people think that athletes are just perfect. And I remember they basically crucified, what's his name? The DN for the Cowboys. I can't think of his name. Remember when he did the thing with the helmet?
Oh.
They crucified him.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
the guy is human. Like,
Yeah.
somebody hit you or trip you or whatever he did.
Because it was with what's the
Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph. Yeah,
It's like, bro,
yeah.
he's human, bro.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
like he ain't perfect. We understand. He know he not supposed to hit nobody with no helmet. But it's like, bro, like your first reaction when you get like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
he's human, bro. Like, we're all human. Like, we're all human, bro. Like, we all make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's something that a lot of people don't think about. They think, oh, if you're this guy, you just can never mess up. Like, no, like we all mess up still, bro. Like,
Yeah.
we're human, bro. I think that when we do that, if we do that and we choose humility and we understand, think like, okay, like what was he thinking? What was going on in his life? And we think like, okay.
Always should be the first thought.
Yeah, like try to, I don't want to say give the benefit of the doubt, but think humility first. Think, what if I was in that situation?
Yeah.
Then, you know what I'm saying? Like, what would I have done or something like that. So I think that hopefully that the situation brings light to what some reporters might do and how some people think, and they think
Sensitivity
like, okay,
training, man.
yeah,
all
maybe next time,
media needs to have it, man.
Definitely.
They all need to have it. And I think the
Definitely.
NFL also needs to have a lot more. I don't know what their mental health policies and all that stuff are, but I think they need to take a lot more look into it. And whatever it is, they need to revamp a lot more of their practices, because,
Definitely.
yeah. So then the next thing is kind of like the question game. We do it kind of Family
What's
Feud
that
style.
game?
Yeah, Family Feud
Feud.
style. So you got to answer these questions to the best of your ability. Pretty simple stuff. First one, kicking it off. I always ask this, whether it's basketball, football, soccer, whatever it may be. Who's the coldest wide receiver you saw with your very own eyes?
I don't want to say like saw with my very own
You
eyes.
laced up against. Whatever you want to say.
I'm going to say in my professional career, I would say day-to-day with Mike Ev.
Yeah, I had a feeling you was going to say
Day to
that.
day because like the size,
Yeah.
speed, catch radius combo. It's the catch radius because it's like, especially for a guy my size,
Yeah.
it's like the guy is like 6'5", you feel me? So like he got like the reach. So if the ball is here, he could bomb. You know what I'm saying? But other than him, I actually laced it up in college with Adams. Devontae Adams.
Ooh.
Cold.
Yeah.
That was my freshman year. I got the PBU versus him.
Oh,
When I had
really?
when I had the sole PBU my first year, that's what kind of got me into the lineup.
Yeah.
Kind of, we had our DBs. We was having a rough game, man. And they just threw me out there, bro. They threw me out there, and I held my own, bro. I held my own. Got a PBU versus Devontae Adams, and I think just from watching his film prior to that, and just seeing how he's elevated into probably like a top three, if not the best wide out.
Easily.
You know what I'm saying? I think that I would love to get the opportunity to lace it up with him again, you know what I'm saying, just to see my elevation as well, because I know I got that in me,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So I would love to get the opportunity to lace it up against him again, but I think he was probably him and Mike Ev.
Yeah. That's a good
coldest.
combo right there. What hobbies do you have that aren't sports-centered or money-making? 'Cause I think that's important. I just had to talk about this today about we need more hobbies, especially as black men.
I like the water, man. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I'm Bahamian.
Yeah.
So when I was younger, I spent a lot of time at the pool, the beach. I like being in the water. Swim like a fish. You know what I'm saying? I love just going out there with the family, chilling on the beach. That's probably one of my biggest hobbies right there, man. Just soaking up that sun. Because when I get to Canada, ain't none of that.
Yeah, I
You know
was
what
gonna
I'm
say,
saying?
but that's a whole different
Ain't none
world
of that
out there,
over
man.
So I would say, yeah, beach and pool, just in the water, bro. I feel at home.
That's real. And what do you want to be remembered for? That again, you kind of touched on it before. You're good with everything, but what do you want to be remembered for that isn't surrounded by your sport or centered around your sport? So when they think of Moxey, what do you want them to think of first and foremost?
I want to be thought of as talking about like later on in life.
Yeah, or even right now. Just when your name comes up, what do you want? If you had it, what would you want them to think of first, or surround your name with?
Perseverance.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm not taking that off of this thing that you see.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that. So go ahead.
I'm not taking it off of that. Perseverance, like relentlessness, perseverance. Those are words that I want to be in the category with, because I feel like we all get hit with ups and downs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, what are you gonna do? You got to be relentless, bro. You gotta keep swinging. There's gonna be ebbs and flows in life, and I feel like you always got to continue to push yourself to overcome those obstacles. It's always gonna be mountains. It's always gonna be storms. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be hurt. There's gonna be highs. There's gonna be love. There's gonna be loss.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you got to keep chugging. So I think that's one thing I want to be. Those are two of the words I want to be connected with my name. So perseverance and resilience.
That's real. What was the most underrated part of college athletics to you?
Boy.
I'll tell you mine first. Cause
Yeah, tell me yours first. That's tough.
I
gotta think about that.
So for
boy.
example, for me, I feel like mine was always, and again, it might just be a product of where we grew up at, but I feel like mine was always coming home for like winter break and linking up with everybody.
Oh, okay,
like everybody that kind of maybe plays your sport, or even just a little house party and stuff like that, seeing how everybody like, dang, we saw you out there hooping, or we saw you out there balling, dang, you having a good season. Like the little short mid-break that we used to have. I feel like that was definitely the most underrated part outside of everything that happened.
That's what you liked the most, or?
Yeah, that was like the most thing that people wouldn't like attribute that to college life and stuff like that.
Right,
like coming home, well, because we got like a week, if anything.
Right, it wasn't that much.
Yeah, but I feel like the love coming back home was always nice for me. Like, especially because I was in the Midwest, so you understand, you was in Idaho too, so like, sometimes I just need to get recharged being back home because it was cold, it was lonely, like, so coming back home and the local love always kind of kept me going. That was underrated to me.
Right. I would say it was similar, because like, I know a lot of people would probably say like how hard work it was, but I never ran from the work.
Yeah.
So like, I think the workouts and stuff, it was hard, but it was like I never ran from work.
Yeah.
You know, I went to Dwyer, we were like a powerhouse.
Yeah.
So like, we worked hard. So like, when they had us running shuttles and everything, it wasn't nothing new to me. So I would say, for me personally, like I went to Idaho, Boise, from South Florida.
Yeah.
So for me, the biggest, it was the hardest.
The most underrated part.
The most underrated part for me was the social disconnect. And I say that because the population there didn't have that many black people.
Yeah.
And I understood that when I went there, you know what I'm saying? But then it's different when you go on a visit versus when you live in there, right?
Yeah.
So
That's
when I
true.
went there, the social disconnect was just different. I had to learn an entire different group of people. So I had to learn how Idahoans think. And then most of the black people were on the football team or on the basketball team, women's or men's, you know what I'm saying? Then you got the track team, we had black people. But other than that, you wouldn't really find too many black people on campus that weren't in the athletic realm of the school, right? So I had to learn how to be socially diverse with different groups of people. And even the black people who I encountered, it wasn't from Florida.
Yeah, so
and you know, this is a different world,
man,
bro.
you can't compare it to anywhere else, bro. You
Dudes
cannot.
from Cali, dudes from Cali, dudes from Arizona, from Oregon, guys from Texas, and they're not my black.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, they ain't my type of black. And you see now, and it's crazy because y'all watching me right now, y'all like, where you from? Y'all probably hear so many different accents, and it's because I've been around so many different groups of people. And my friends who know me, y'all know when I left Dwyer, I didn't talk like this. I didn't talk like this at all. So like right now, I'm talking clear. I can pronunciate my words. Cat, like I'm like, cat was good. Like, shit. Like, oh, like that's the time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We had Yak out there, you know what I'm saying? Plies was in his prime. Who else was hot back then? Man, we were just Florida, bro. It was like I pulled up on campus, gold teeth,
Yep.
blah, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, oh, like my teacher looking at me like she's
Same.
scared. My teacher's scared. Let me take these out next time I come to class. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was just like the social disconnect is definitely different. And I think when you move to a different state, or in my case now, a different country, I'm still feeling the disconnects. So I have to adapt. And I kind of like that because change is good.
Yeah.
Change keeps you on your toes. It exposes you to different stuff. And by that, you know what I'm saying, it allows you to broaden your horizons, see different things and learn different things. And when you're doing that, you're keeping your mind sharp, you know what I'm saying? You're just moving in the right direction.
That's real. And as always, every episode we like to wear a brand or a piece of clothing from a local brand or somebody that we know. As always, I'm supporting my homie LT with the Runway Company. Every time he has a new piece, I gotta sport it. So the shirt and the shorts are from Runway. We'll always put the link in the bio. And if you have anybody you want to shout out or anybody that you can think of off the top of your head, feel free to do so.
You know what? I want to shout out. I shout out my DB page for sure. DB_film sesh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So all the kids, college, pros too. Any DB analysis, wide receivers y'all can tap into. See if y'all can learn some tricks that we be doing. I want to shout out OWE Training. That's the guy who pretty much taught me how to play DB. And BG Walters, that was my DB coach in high school. I shout out my boy Donald Russell. He got a little training facility out in Jupiter, Florida. And I also shout out my boy Mike out in Rise Sports. I shout out those three. Those guys all had a stake in my training, you know what I'm saying, going along the way. So I give them boys a shout out right there.
That's real. As always, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Another good episode. As usual, follow the social media pages, Instagram _FA_pod and Twitter _FA1. We always end with a closing remark. You're going to do the last bit of free game. But before that, we always ask. And like I said, you like the hoop, so we're going to ask you. You got 5 shots from half court. And if you make one, you get $30 million. If you miss all 5, you get 30 years in jail. Would you take the deal?
You said 30 million?
Yeah.
Did I lift that week though? Cause like, did I lift weights?
You ain't lift. You're going to do it right now.
Like I'm fresh.
You fresh.
Did I get to warm up first?
No warm-up shot.
No warm up shot?
No warm-up shot.
I ain't taking it. I ain't taking it. If I could warm up in the gym first.
Bro, if you got it like that, you don't need a warm-up, dog.
I ain't got it like that. I ain't got it like that. I got to warm up. I need a good 10-minute warm up before I start shooting around, bro. How about half court? What if I airball the first one? I just wasted a shot.
I mean, you should get closer. You should know that.
If I could warm up first, I'll do it. But if no warm up, I can't do it, bro.
They can't give you that. So lead the public with a little bit of free game. Give your closing thoughts.
Free game, man. I say, bro, be yourself, man. I'm looking at this one.
Yeah, that's your camera right there.
All right, for sure. Free game, I say be yourself. Don't try to be anybody else. Be yourself. Stay in your lane and always strive to be the best version of yourself. And I think as long as you're doing that, you're putting yourself in position to be successful. Take steps in the correct direction. Stay grounded. I believe in God. Hopefully you do too. If you don't, find something to build your foundation on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, like I said, be yourself. 100.
Another great episode from Unrestricted Free Agent to you. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate Moxey for coming on, man.
Yes, sir,
and best of
man.
luck on your season. We'll definitely be keeping tabs on you.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Love.
Alright, now we're gonna do so I'm gonna start it off. We always break up in a second, so we're not gonna shoot the whole way through, just so it's easier. So I'm gonna do the intro and we're gonna do the stats and then the first few questions. We go second question, which you can touch on all in while you're talking. Yeah, this is gonna ask.